All right, what's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, and I've been inundated with people asking me to comment on the NordVPN situation, and I'm going to do so now. I had initially felt like I had addressed it very plainly and clearly on Twitter, as well as on several live streams, but I continue to get 3 or 4 emails a day. So I'm going to ask a small favor, is if you could leave a vote on this video, up or down, I don't care, and a comment, and consider sharing it so that people know. A couple of weeks back, news broke that there was a hack in one of NordVPN's data center, and I figured, what's the best way to handle this? Some large YouTubers spoke out who understand this technology clearly better than I do, that they were upset with Nord's response and that they were terminating their partnership with them. Something that I totally respect, totally understand, and, you know, that's cool. That's their thing. What that has done, though, is has created a ripple effect of their subscribers demanding everybody else who promotes NordVPN to drop them. I approach my business relationships a little maybe differently than most because it's hard to find a sponsor for my channel. It's why I work with so many obscure brands that maybe you've never heard of before. It's easy when you're a tech channel with millions of subscribers to find any sponsor you want anytime, anywhere. As a tech channel with millions or many hundreds of thousands of subscribers who's family friendly, you're running ads on 90% of your videos. When you're a channel like mine, somewhere around 30% of my videos see ads. Most major brands that sponsor people here on YouTube don't work with me because there's a small but vocal group of people who have been offended by me at some point or another that continuously follow me around and endlessly email any partner that I work with just about any time. I've been ghosted by some big name partners after pressure from people that were offended that I didn't think that She-Ra was an artistic decision. We saw when I lost the Trade Coffee sponsorship. It was because like 4 people emailed them and said lies, submitted things that I'd said out of context. And that was all it took for them to drop me as a sponsor. Now, this is why I feel a little more loyal than maybe somebody else when I get a sponsor. In particular, one that sticks with me for many months. Full disclosure, I currently have a contract in place with NordVPN through the end of the year. I thought, what is the most responsible thing I can do? I figure, let me show you what has been reported, inform my viewers so that they can make an educated decision on whether or not they want to stick with them. And then at the time of my contract expiration, if certain things haven't been put in place by Nord, then I'll re-examine things. I'm just not so quick to dump somebody, to get brownie points. I think that I don't want to place myself in a position where I'm like defending Nord. That's why I'm going to explain. I'm going to look at the coverage of it and show you what happened, and then you can decide. So there was a hack that happened at Nord maybe a week or 2 ago. This is via bleepingcomputer.com. NordVPN plans security and privacy upgrades after hack. NordVPN has announced that they're instituting new measures to better enhance security and to proactively detect security issues in their infrastructure after one of their servers was hacked. Last week, Bleepy Computer reported that multiple VPN providers were hacked and that the user was able to gain full root access to one of their servers. Pretty scary. These servers were collated co-located, at a third-party hosting company where the hacker was allegedly able to gain access through an unsecured IPMI remote management interface. NordVPN was one of the VPN providers who had a server hack, and while they stated, and this is the important part to me, if they had stated that the data did not contain any logs, any usernames, or any passwords, none of that was accessed, and the data could not be decrypted. Even though NordVPN has stated that this hack did not cause any damages, some were not convinced and felt it may have been possible for an attacker to decrypt some of the traffic at the time of the attack. We don't know if that happened. From what I understand, is this happened in like a third-party data center. And if you're a NordVPN user like me, I would suggest at minimum changing your username and password. Takes 5 minutes, but that's what I would do. At minimum. Now, a lot of people were upset with their response, and that's where I think rightfully people were mad. Having been part of a company that had a data breach, I understand a little bit more, I think, how things go inside of a company when you've been hacked. A lot of people took umbrage with the fact that Nord did not disclose this information in a timely manner, and I agree with that. If you have any kind of compromise, I believe as a company, you should inform your customers quickly. And even if you can't share a ton of information, I think you should tell people. That's the right thing to do. Nord didn't do that, from what I can understand. I mean, I publicly roasted Zappos.com for sending me an email in 2019 about a data breach that happened to them in 2012 and thanking me with a 10% off coupon. That isn't okay. There needs to be better standards around when data is potentially breached and communicating that to your customers, and NordVPN should have done better. I think, anecdotally, I was on a marketing team for a company that had a data breach, an SQL injection in an old version of Magento, where somebody was like scraping the worst data possible, our customers' credit cards at checkout. And that company that I worked for didn't notify customers for many months. The reason is when this happens, you have to figure out what the heck was even scraped. What data did they get? What are you going to do? You got to notify the government, at least here in the United States. I don't know how other rules are. We had to fly in some data company from California, some cybersecurity company from California to come out and be on site. Before you know it, it's many weeks later. I'm not making an excuse for NordVPN not communicating things to their customers. No excuse. Even if you don't know everything, I think you could at least send an email that say, hey, this thing happened. More details to come at the very minimum. Now, NordVPN has come out to say, and by the way, they didn't ask me to make this video. I've actually had no communication with them about this. In a statement sent to Bleeping Computer, NordVPN outlines how they plan on instituting 5 new security measures in order to better protect the infrastructure. To start, Nord is hiring a cybersecurity firm, Verisprite, to perform penetration testing to NordVPN's infrastructure. They're also introducing a bug bounty program so that independent security researchers can discover vulnerabilities and report them to NordVPN for a bug bounty reward. NordVPN has told Bleeping Computer that they have not decided as of yet if they will create a self-managed bounty system or one like a company like HackerOne. The third new measure is to perform a full-scale third-party security audit. As their infrastructure, VPN software, backend hardware, source, and internal procedures, NordVPN has not stated who will be performing this audit. To protect their servers from unauthorized access or unknown, quote, features such as IPMI devices that got into the trouble in the first place, NordVPN plans on co-locating only dedicated servers that they exclusively own. This means that they will no longer rent servers from third-party hosting companies, which crosses security boundaries that they can no longer control. The fifth and final security measure is to upgrade their entire infrastructure of 5,100 servers to RAM servers. According to NordVPN, this will allow them to deploy servers where nothing is stored locally, including the operating system. This does not make sense. Oh, wait. Diskless servers, NordVPN is planning to upgrade their entire infrastructure. This is all technical jargon I don't necessarily understand. Even servers hosted entirely in RAM can still be hacked. According to a statement from NordVPN, they will be restricting SSH access. This is kind of above my pay grade. So here's how I view it as a businessman. NordVPN had an oopsie. I think it was a data center in Finland or something. They got lucky, from what I can understand. No customer data was ever really at risk that I know of, or that we know of. They are the biggest name. Therefore, they are under the most scrutiny, rightfully so. NordVPN has offered what I would view as an in-depth solution to the problem. Should they implement these things, I will continue to work with them, barring any other obvious issues. If they don't, and they don't go, or they go back on it or something like that, then we'll be done at the end of the contract, maybe sooner. But I currently have no concerns using their product. I'm still using their product, but I respect people that may not want to. It was not only NordVPN that was ran into this. As far as I know, Torguard and Viking VPN were also implicated as possibly having issues. So when a lot of people came to me and was like, "Bah, you promoted NordVPN. This is your fault. You should drop them immediately." My reaction, and I hope you understand it, is this is exactly what my advertisers face every time they decide to place a video on one of mine, or an ad on one of my videos. 15 or 20 angry people demand that they drop me. So you can understand, or I hope you'll understand, why my initial reaction was, be gone. You sound like an SJW. I took the time to research. I watched the few guys who did videos on it, and I 100% respect their decision to terminate their relationship for their own reasons. I have mine for not terminating it at this time, which I hope you've understood in this video. So to summarize, a data center in Finland was compromised. No customer data was obtained. NordVPN has laid out a 5-step process to stop this from ever happening again. Should they do so, I'm fine to continue to work with them. Everybody's been hacked. Facebook, Apple, Twitter. I mean, everybody. It's just, I guess I've just become desensitized to it. Not that that makes that okay. So that is my promise to you. I will keep an eye to make sure that they do implement these things, and keep an eye on should they have any other issues. I think that's reasonable. I admit my advertisers may have a bit of a longer leash with me, given how difficult it is for me to get them. But that doesn't change the fact that if customer data had been breached, or something worse, I guess, would have happened, I would have strongly considered terminating. I hope that you understand that's where I'm coming from, and you see the transparency in that. Look, I don't normally, a lot of people were asking me to cover this. I don't cover tech stuff. I don't know how to talk about secure shell access intelligently. And heck, I've promoted 50 different products. Probably one of them have been hacked over the years too. But this is a big partner on my channel, and for now, I'll stand by them. I hope you understand. I hope that should you want to terminate with them, I support you. Should you want to stick by them, I support you. I support your decision to do whatever it is that you want to do. I've been happy with the service. I continue to use it at this very moment, but I'll keep an eye on them. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.